to help you learn how to write an email campaign to your customer list using MailChimp. And one of the first recommendations I'm going to have you do is to write your email and create your list before you even sign on for a free subscription to MailChimp. And I've created a little PDF here to explain to you the basics on how to write a good sales email so that you have more open rates and more success with your campaign. So effective sales emails have some things in common. So some of the essential things are they have a compelling subject title. And the reason that is because most people have an email box that looks like this. Quite messy. Here I have about 6.6K emails, right? And nothing is standing out because it just looks like a big blur of words to me. So it's really important that something that you write in that subject title, which is what the reader is going to see right here, okay, needs to be compelling and they need to want to open it up. So it should be short, sweet, action-oriented. Now, the second thing that makes an effective sales email is that you make it personal. So you should make sure that when you're using MailChimp, you use the person's first name to personalize each email, even though it's a form template email. The third is in the body of the email, the 2 or 3 sentences you use to create interest and show the benefits about why you sent the email should be compelling and fun to read. That's the body of the email. You get to the point right away. And then during the closing of the email, 1 or 2 sentences, you have one message, one offer. Do not confuse the reader. I see a lot of companies putting 2 or 3 offers into the closing statement, and it only makes for somebody who then doesn't know what to do. They are paralyzed by the paradox of choice, too many choices. So one offering. And then 5, the present value, right? You're going to explain to them why they should take the action that you want them to take. Now, speaking of action, most people weren't even ready for your email, so they don't know what you want them to do. Perhaps you want them to schedule an appointment or call you right now for a special offer, or maybe just click to buy, depending on what you're selling and where this email is going to take them. But you want to make sure that you have a strong call to action. Do not assume that the reader knows what to do with this email. So here I've taken from HubSpot, one of the marketing companies that I really respect, and I've broken it down in a PDF so you can understand how to write a compelling subject line, right? Again, that's what the first thing they're going to see in their email box before they open it up. It's right here, okay? Then an opening line, which should be personalized, Dear John, Dear Jane, Dear Kathy. Then the body of the copy, which should be short, sweet, and to the point. How many times have you wanted to read a really long email? And then the closing, 1 or 2 lines, that's the call to action, what you want them to do, and your signature. So HubSpot's done a pretty good job of kind of giving you some recommendations. And one of the things they like to do is in your email, they suggest you ask the customer a question, and that kind of engages them. I'm not so sure I want to get an email where I start getting asked questions, but that's what they're recommending you do. You have to remember that these are all very experimental. So the idea is maybe your first email campaign will not be the most successful, but you'll learn a lot from it, from how many people click on it to open it, to how many people actually click on your calls to action, to how many people actually call you about your offer, right? So you're always experimenting, always testing, always repeating what really works for you. But here in this PDF, you'll see that HubSpot gives some recommendations on what you should have in your subject title, what words to avoid that can sound very spammy. Do not use the word free in the subject title or in the body of the email. That word will have your email going to spam or junk folder, decreasing the chances of it actually ever getting read. Some of the other words like sale and specials. I mean, so many companies already have that in their emails. Again, people have become oblivious to those words, and they do sound very spammy. The opening line, again, do not begin with, "Hi, my name is." We're assuming that these people on your email list somehow know you, some way, some form. They've dealt with you before. If not, if they maybe signed up for through your website, it's still really boring to say, "Hi, my name is." So I believe that you should start with some of the more interesting ways that HubSpot opens up their emails, or you can go with the recommendations that I'm going to show you as well. I've written some copy. So the body of the copy, again, should clearly show the benefits of why they're getting the email in the first place, what's in it for them. It's not about how great you are, how much value you bring. No, it's what's in it for them. And then the closing is the call to action. So here HubSpot has an interesting thing where they're talking about scheduling appointments. So there's a lot of questions that they list that you can ask. I preferably go for the shorter, sweeter call to action, like call now, shop now, buy now, schedule now, fill in the form now, all right, as opposed to a question. But either way, again, it's an experiment. And your signature, okay? They don't recommend that you copy and paste an image, but I happen to think if you're in real estate or if you're in any form of sales and these customers that are receiving this email know you, I think it would do more good than harm to have a professional photo of you at the bottom of the email. It makes it personal, it links it back to you, and may actually help to build trust even further. Okay? Now, you're probably wondering, when would be a good time to actually send out the email when I create it? Well, research shows that the highest open rates, meaning when people actually go into their email, just like they go into their regular snail mail box, right, and open up their mail, Tuesdays, Wednesdays, or maybe even Monday, between 10 a.m. and 11 a.m. Now, the good thing is MailChimp allows you to actually schedule your emails to go out. So you increase your chances of people actually clicking and opening your email if you send them out on a Tuesday, Wednesday, or a Monday between 10 and 11. Now, weekends are also another good time, and around the same time, 10 or 11 in the morning. So it's something that you should consider. You don't want to send it out on a Friday night when everybody's going out to dinner. Okay, so now that you know a little bit more about how to write an effective email, a sales email, you also want to know what to do after you actually send out that email. Because just because you sent out the email doesn't mean the work is over, right? What's really cool about MailChimp is you can set up your account to receive notifications on your phone that will tell you when somebody's opened up an email. So if you're in sales, the pro tip would be to watch the notification and call them a few minutes after they've opened up the email. And, here they actually give a conversation between a salesperson and a prospect, and the prospect saying to the salesperson, "Hey, I was actually just looking at your email." Great timing, which I think is really funny because you are stalking them a little bit with the notifications. But hey, we're in it to win. Okay, here are my notes. Some of the things I don't agree with HubSpot, okay? I believe that your email should have a captivating photo. Not too high resolution because it will be bogged down and may go to the spam folder, meaning if the photo is too big, over 1 megabyte, it may make that the email account actually think that it's spam. So you want to have a crisp photo, but you don't want it to be over like 500 KB. And you want to make it visually appealing, right? And you want to use a photo in your signature if you're in the service industry. Okay, I also believe 2 calls to action in the email are more effective than just 1. So you may want to consider in the body of the email having your first call to action, and that's absolutely what you want the customer or the reader to do, and that is going to be call you, right? I would assume, or order now, and then have a second call to action towards the end and the closing of the email. For those people that are on the fence, that just don't know, that may want to see more pictures, that may want to learn more about the offer, right? And that is how you start with an effective sales email. So now we're going to jump into MailChimp. Okay, remember what I said. You want to be ready before you get into MailChimp. So on your desktop, you should have a number of things. One, some of the copy, the text you've written for your email. And here I've written what I put together is sort of like a mock-up. So the subject title would be Let's Upgrade Your Ride, because here I'm pretending I'm in the automobile industry and I am emailing prospects who are coming up upon their lease and I want to get them into a new car. So I've written what I believe will be my final email, and here I start real short and sweet. John, your lease is almost up and it's time to upgrade your ride. We have a special offer, and I bold that, at no cost to you. Clearly, the benefit's been stated right away. Gets me excited because it's not costing me anything. Your chariot awaits. A brand new convertible for your cross-country vacation and weekend trips to the beach is ready to roll. And here, clearly, I put in the photo and the logo. Now, the call to action in the body of the email, call me at my number to schedule a time to come in for a spin. Or if they've already made up their mind, because somehow, some way they were thinking about a convertible, right? Then let's get you in your brand new coupe. Click here, and this click here you'll see will be able to be clickable in your email on MailChimp now to get started. And maybe that's where you take them to fill out forms or to schedule an appointment with you on a calendar, etc., etc. I'd like to play around with email signatures rather than best or sincerely or thanks, something a little bit more original. And I put together here the start of my copy. So I'm not writing my email when I'm in MailChimp, right? I've given this some thought. Second, I have in that folder a picture that I want to use for the email, here, a car. And then I have the logo, and it is transparent in a PNG form. And then I also have in a CSV file. This is going to be very important. CSV, not Excel. I had to actually export it into comma delineated format, CSV. And when I open that up, you'll see it's the email address, first name, and last name of the customer, because I'm going to copy and paste these names into MailChimp. And then I have, that's it. That's all I needed for my email campaign. So once I have that all ready written, I'm going to now show you how to join onto MailChimp and to start your email campaign. So the first thing you want to do is open up a tab and go to MailChimp, right? And I have it right here. And you'll see here, sign up for free, okay? And that is right here, okay? And what you're going to do is you're going to create a free account. So when you click in the sign up for free, I'm already logged in, so that's going to be difficult. So I'm going to just show you here. You're going to get a prompt, get started with a free account. You're going to put your email address in. You're going to make a username up. You're going to set a password. And then you're going to go to your email and activate your account once MailChimp sends you the email, which is in a couple of seconds. When you click on activate your account, you're going to confirm you're a human and not a robot. Click on that, and then you're ready to set up your account. Now, MailChimp wants to know a little bit about your business. They're assuming you are a business, right? You could be making napkins on Etsy, or you could be selling jet planes. It doesn't matter. The name of your business and your website. Now, it's okay if you don't have a website. You can use your Facebook or your Twitter account. But MailChimp wants to know a little bit more about you. They also want to know your physical address. So I recommend using your business address if that's where you're going to be sending the email from, because customers will see it. And you do not have to connect to social media, even though MailChimp prompts you to. You can just continue and skip this. So, does your business sell anything online? And the reason MailChimp's asking for this is they're getting into the space of integrating their platforms with platforms like Shopify, which enables you to sell everything online, BigCommerce, Magento, and Woo. But if you're not doing that, let's just say you're in real estate or you're a lawyer or you're into car sales. Okay, no, you don't want to send them to the website. That's okay. You don't have to do anything. You just click yes. Now, you want to, once you're in, you set up your email, you want to click on create a campaign, right? Create a campaign. Now, you have an option to create an email, an ad, or a landing page because MailChimp, again, is expanding their business, right? And I'm not going to go into what a landing page is or what a website email capture page is because this is for a tutorial for people that already have their customer email list in place. They already have that CSV file with 100 or 200 or thousands of names and email addresses that have agreed to get emails from you. Okay, but you should know that if you're looking for new prospects, MailChimp does allow you to do this as well. So you're going to go back to what do you want to create? And here, instead of clicking on this one or this one, you're going to click on create an email on the bottom of the page. Now, name your campaign and click begin. You can name it anything you want. This is for your records and your reference. No one is going to see this. Once you click begin, I called the email test 1. Okay, we're going to create a regular email because you have a list of customers and clients already. Remember that. So you will see here test 1, the name of my campaign, and then you'll see 4 different slots, right? 2, who are you sending the campaign to? From, who's sending this? Obviously you, or maybe you're doing it on behalf, you're doing it for your boss. Subject line, so what's that compelling subject line, and then the content, what is in the body and the closing and the photos, etc. And the great thing is MailChimp gives you a template to work from, so you're not in the graphic design business all of a sudden. So before you even click on anything here, you have to upload your list. So you want to go to the top of the page, and where it says lists, click on lists. And when you get to lists, you're going to click create a list. So when you do that and you click here, create a list, you are going to be prompted to give the list a name. Be careful what you give it. Your customers will see this. So maybe it's a monthly newsletter you create, or maybe it's a special one-time offer you create. Make sure that it's something you want your customers to see, your clients to see. The default email address will be yours unless you're doing this on behalf of somebody else. Then you're going to put their email address if they want to be the recipients, and their name. Your name, their name, doesn't matter. Okay, you're also going to write a little message here because MailChimp is very, very weary of people spamming people. And you're spamming anybody if they haven't already agreed to get an email campaign from you. So you want to put in something like you're receiving this email because you opted in during your last visit. And that would be if you don't have a website and maybe somebody came into your office and they, bought something from you. You didn't really have an email sign up, but you can imagine that you're going to, they are subscribers at this point. They've already done business with you. Now, fill in the form to include all of the list details. Be careful what you call the list name. Again, your customers and clients will see it. Your customers will also see the address, so make sure it's the one you want them to see. And there'll be form settings. Enable the double opt-in, especially if you did not have your customers sign something saying they received marketing from you. Enable the GDPR fields. Okay, GDPR is a European-based new privacy act, really, for Europeans who were very, very worried about their data. And this just came into play May on a global, worldwide level, making all businesses have to reword and rethink what they do with people's private information. So definitely enable GDPR fields. And then you want to set up your notifications. Remember before I said that MailChimp allows you to see who subscribed, who opened during the time in real time that it's open, and who unsubscribed. You want to get notifications on your phone if you're in the active business of selling because you didn't spend all this time on this email not to close a sale. So you want to save that information. And again, this is just a little information about GDPR. It's something you should take seriously. Even if you're just doing business in the US, I'm sure it'll affect us soon enough. Here you'll see the customer newsletter form now after you've hit save. And here it'll say view contacts. Well, you still have to import those contacts, right? You just filled out some information about the list. Now you're going to import them. Now, where do you want to import the contacts from? You're going to be prompted. CSV, yes, that's where we're importing them from. It works best. Click next. And then you're going to import the CSV file from your computer, from your desktop, the one that you already had. And here I found it, customer and client email list. It is CSV. And I upload it, and then I hit next. And then I will see, of course, that MailChimp tells me I have unmatched columns. This seems to be a glitch that's been going on forever. I cannot make rhyme or reason of it, but don't panic. Don't let it frustrate you. All you need to do is look at each column. This is the email address column. Check. Yes, those are the emails. This is the first name column. Check. Yes, those are the first names. And now this is the column name. Right? Here, it's going to be the last name. Well, it's very easy. You can click on make a selection after you hit edit, make a selection, and just click on last name. You got that? Very easy to do. And then you can import all of your information. Okay, again, MailChimp will ask you, are these people subscribed? You click yes. And here you will see that your contact list has been uploaded. Okay, and you can see what it looks like. Now you're looking at this and saying, what are these stars about? Well, during the course of you as now a marketer and email campaign producer, MailChimp is going to be very careful and watch how the people who are receiving your emails are reacting to your emails. If they unsubscribe, that means your email campaign sucks. Especially at a high rate. If they, and there's some unsubscribes, but if it unsubscribes at a high rate, you've got a problem. Okay. If indeed they don't open your email, you get a rating as well from MailChimp, because that means your subject title or maybe your body of your, probably your subject title, because it wasn't compelling enough for people to open it. So you're going to get ratings. Now, the thing that's interesting, I don't know if we started a 2-star rating, because these people, well, I don't even know who they are, but they have a 2-star rating, all right? And you'll see here, subscribe, where you got them from, and the information. Now that you've uploaded your list, go back to your campaigns, all right? So you've go to the top of the page, click campaigns. Here it is, test 1, click on it. And you're going to see here again those fields, to, from, subject, content. Now you're ready to add the recipients for this particular campaign. And you simply click on add recipients, choose the list. This one was called customer newsletter. And then from there, you want to personalize. Remember we talked about that greeting being personalized? Well, here you select F name, first name. And then you go to the next From tab. This should be the name you started your account with and your email address. Again, if you're doing this for somebody else, then change it. Now, you want to fill in your subject title and make sure it is short and something you would want to click on. Also, fill in the preview text with it, which will appear below the subject and should also be enticing. So here, remember, we wrote our email already, because you're not going to start writing an email. It'll be thoughtless. Within MailChimp. You've written it already. It's on your desktop. Remember, here's the copy. And here's where I want to go back. What was the subject title I thought I'd use? Let's upgrade your ride. So I put that in here. Now, the preview text is really weird. It barely shows up when you get an email from MailChimp, but I put in there, you deserve the best. It's almost like a subliminal message that you'll see for like a second. Click on Save. Next, you're going to be prompted to the third prompt, and that is to select a template. So you see here that MailChimp has sell products, make an announcement, tell a story, follow up, educate. All different industries, all different reasons for sending an email. We're selecting sell products. So you'll get a template for selling products. And here you'll see all these different areas that you can edit, that you can customize. And here you'll see this is sort of like your workspace on the right side, and this is what the email will look on the left side. Very, very simple and easy to use. You want to first click and drag your logo, you see it's prompted, and photos, and then you want to copy and paste your text into the template. So you don't have to use every part of the template. I happen to think it's a little over-designed. I like a lot of white space in emails so people know what to read, but be that as it may, you can trash what you don't want to use, any part of it. Like I didn't like showcase your products. I didn't get that, so I trashed it. Now when I trashed it, what I did was I had to click on it, and of course when I hit the little trash can, it says, "You're sure you want to delete this part of the content block?" I said, yes, delete it. So here you'll see the text editor on the right. It has some copy in it to show you where to put the text. You delete that copy, and you go to your mock email that you created, and you copy and paste that into the text. And you'll see what it looks like in the email right here. Remember to save and close. You want to make sure your grammar's right, your spelling's right. Also, if you want to make something clickable, because you want maybe, remember I talked about that second call to action for those people that are on the fence that have read through the email but they haven't clicked the first call to action. Well, that's where you might want to send them to the website or the landing page. Maybe they want to see, in this particular case, a video of the car, right? So I put in a link there, and it's really simple and easy to do. You see this icon right here? That is a hyperlink icon. You just hover over what you want to be clickable, click on that link. This opens up, you put the link to where you want them to go and hit insert. Very, very simple. Now, after that is saved and closed and you've reviewed it, you still want to send a test email. You want to send a test email to an iPad, to a desktop, to all different smartphones to make sure this email looks spectacular because it has your name on it. So you simply follow the email testing tips and you will be able to see what your email looks like on all different tablets and phones and in all different formats, in Gmail, in Outlook Mail, etc. So once you're happy with your test, you may have to go back and make a few changes, right? You will schedule your email campaign. Now, you don't want to send it out Saturday morning at 6 a.m. You don't want to send it out on Monday morning at 8 a.m. I think you want to follow the research, and I would go with the popular times like Tuesday or Wednesday between 10 and 11. Again, it's all an experiment. You may send it on a Saturday morning the next time and get a much higher open rate. But again, there's so many different things that will make somebody open an email. Think about yourself. It could be the time of day. It could be how many other emails were in your box. It could be how many distractions were happening. It could be whether you were on your phone or on your laptop. I mean, so many different reasons why people open emails and when they open them. So don't get too discouraged. Most of marketing is an experiment. Okay, just a couple of notes from me. The other types of emails that you can create are automated emails, plain text emails, and A/B testing emails. So an automated email would be if you decided, in this particular case, to create a very simple one-page website with that car on it, and you wanted to put all the different features on that website, and you wanted people from the email to go to that website. Or you had that website there already, and you were sharing it on Twitter and Facebook because you wanted to capture new prospects. You could have a form on that web page that had a prompt for people to put in their email to get more information. Then you would have captured an email outside of your regular customers. And MailChimp can help you with that because that customer, after signing up and giving you their email, would get an automated "thank you so much for signing up." Right? It's written, it's sent out automatically, you don't even see it's happening. But now they subscribe and you have more customers on your list. Now there's also plain text emails because some people just like it that way without any pictures. And then A/B testing emails. So MailChimp will allow you to test different subject titles to see which will get more of an open rate. Now you can't spam people and send the same email with a different subject title, but you can segment lists. That's a whole other tutorial. Thank you so much. Let me know what your questions are. You can click down below in the comments, or you can follow me on Instagram at Madeline Marie Johnson, or visit my website at mj.works, or email me as well. Email is on the PDF. Thank you so much.